Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. We get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. Today we're not doing the Habs. We're following the Panthers against the Leafs. Go Panthers! The Leafs are facing elimination for the second game in a row. They're at home, where they are only 1-4 in this playoffs. So I'm hoping that trend continues. So their backs are against the wall and they've got to win tonight. We'll see what happens. They are starting their third string goalie in Joseph Wall again. He did a good enough job right last time, so we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So I'm going to be doing. I'll probably do a little bit of play-by-play comment on the game. Obviously, talk to you guys in the chat. We'll have hopefully a lot of fun, and the Leafs will lose. That would be really nice. So let's see who's here. I don't think anybody's made a comment, so maybe nobody's here. I don't know. But if you are here, please talk to me in the chat, and we will. It's about 10 to 15 minutes till they drop the puck. And let's see. I've written a little poem about the Leafs for tonight, and I'm going to read that in the next 15 minutes. And we're going to talk to anybody in the chat. So say hi, and I'll stop babbling away here. Slinksy, hey Slinksy, thanks for making a comment. Stand the man, how's it going, man? So if you're here, talk to me, and we'll get through this a little bit till they drop the puck. What am I expecting out of tonight? I'm kind of expecting a fired up Florida Panthers team. Comments that Mitch Marner made about Matt Tkachuk after the game, where he called him a bitch, basically saying he's a little bitch. I don't know that that's going to go well for Marner. So, hence the reason for my thumbnail was Marner and Tkachuk there. They used to be friends. They, I guess, both on the London Knights together, and then last night, not so friendly. Hey, Drew, how you doing, man? Don't wish Toronto. Nobody does. I see what you're saying. Don't wish Toronto any bad vibes, but they make their own. So they're 1-4 at home in the playoffs so far. You could say they're due to win at home. Maybe they are. Maybe they do. I don't know, but I hope not. Be pretty apropos if they would lose tonight at home. I think that would be great. So a sweep would have been better, but next best thing is they lose in Game 5 at home. So that'd be pretty awesome. I have a couple of things. Let's see what I got here. Okay, so what I've got. Okay, so we're all talking about Michkov in the draft and our number 5 pick. There's another. I don't know. Every day there's something new, up and down, yes and no, yes and no. Here's the latest. Sergei Fedorov, representing the interests of SKA forward Matvei Michkov, said that Matvei will be present at the 2023 NHL draft ceremony, but it is important for him to gain a foothold at the heart of St. Petersburg team. So I don't know what that means. Does it mean that he's going to show up to show that his intent is definitely to come to the NHL? But then Fedorov's saying he still has, he's still got 3 years in the KHL. So maybe he will be able to get here. I don't know. Because in 3 years, who the hell knows what's going to be going on? But he's not getting here early. I think it's kind of saying they're not going to buy out that contract and come here early. That's kind of what I get from that. I don't know. We'll see. Now, some good news for Habs players. Here's something very interesting. And it's funny because I'm about to talk about Carey Price, and I look up on the screen, and there's Carey Price on the screen. So very funny. All right, so about Sam Montembeault getting ready for the World Championships. Monty hasn't played in a game since April 13, but he prepared for the World Championship by taking shots from Canadiens teammate Paul Byron at the Bell Sports Complex in Brossard, with Carey Price working with him like a goalie coach. And, people have mentioned this. Will Carey Price want to be a goalie coach for the Habs in the future? Maybe. More likely just, getting the rust off for Monty, a little rust at whatever, gathered in his couple of weeks without playing and helping him out. And on that note, first game in Group B action, Canada struck early, capitalizing twice in the opening 5 minutes of the contest to force a goalie change in the Latvian net. At the other end of the ice, Montembeault was perfect for the Canadians, turning away all 23 shots he faced. On the blue line, his Canadians teammate Justin Barron skated 13 minutes 16 seconds in his World Championship debut at Arena Riga. So, Monty gets a shutout in his first game. You know, that's an easy game usually, first game, but I mean, still gets a shutout. Carey Price coached him. Like, yeah, I like seeing that kind of stuff. So, what do you guys think of that? Let me know in the chat. And that's all I got other than my poem. Bubble tea, go Cats. Yes, end this tonight would be great. Hey, filibuster. I'm here with my friend Bay. She guesses the Habs will draft Michkov. Well, I don't know, because Darren Drager came out and said the Habs don't want to draft Michkov. They may end up if they have to, but it looks like Hughes is trying to move up one or two so that he can pick Smith or Carlson. That's the news that was out yesterday, and then you get this stuff about Michkov today. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Do you think the Habs will trade up to third or fourth if they can? It seems like they're probably trying. It makes, if they don't want to get Michkov, they need to move up at least one. That would assure them Carlson or Smith, right? So I think that would be their goal if they really don't want to have to draft Michkov. They may end up drafting Michkov if they can't move up or down and he's there at 5. They may do it. I don't know. Bubble Tea says, good on Carey. Standing man, Carey will be a great goalie coach. I mean, I would think so, but I don't know. But that was nice to see that he was doing that. Slinky says, what do you think of that Gudis charging hit after the whistle? You know, I don't like Gudis in general. I don't. But, man, I love that hit. I know it was after the whistle. Not a good hit. I'm not a proponent of it. But, you know, when you see a Leafs player flying, I thought, through the boards, I don't know. No, you know what? It was after the whistle. Shouldn't have done it. That's playoff hockey, though. But, man, did he hit him hard. Did he hit him hard? That was like almost ridiculous. All right, so I am going to, because I want to do this before the game. I hope I'm not jinxing it. But here's, I did this like a couple hours before this game. I came up with the first 2 lines in my head, and about 40 minutes later, I had 6 verses. Here you go. It's called Dubas Went All In. There once was a team from Toronto. They needed to win a cup pronto. They had Matthews and Marner. They never go in the corner. They can't win no matter how much they want to. The pressure is too intense for them to win, even though Dubas went all in. They are 1-4 at home, and they play like styrofoam. They are brittle if you punch them in the chin. Tonight their backs are to the wall, and it's gonna be a brawl. Will Kachuk and Marner fight? Man, that would be a sight. Who's in nets tonight? Is it Joseph Wall? I hope the Panthers win this game and make the Leafs all cry in shame. Dubas went all in. These bunch of losers just can't win, and the fans all fell for it just the same. It's time now for the Leafs to book tea times. Their captain's getting old, not in his prime. Will Austin Matthews stay, or will he go away? Will they trade him at the next trade deadline? One more verse. Dubas went all in, I do believe. Now he will be let go with Sheldon Keefe. What direction will they go? Does anybody know? Except the Leafs can't win a cup. Let's give them grief. There you go. Hopefully that pumps up the Panthers. Oh, I'll put that there. Make beliefs. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it, man. I didn't have time to do a rewrite to like iron out the little, and I've only read it a few times. That's why I didn't read it that well. But what are you gonna do? Scooby Dooby if the best make believe. Scooby Dooby is the best make believe of them all. Who's Scooby Dooby? Wash hands, wash hands, wash hands, wash hands. What's that about? All right. So we are about, I'm going to say about 5 minutes. Oh, maybe not. Did they do the national anthems? Yeah, I guess we're only, we're about to face off. It looks like I didn't see the national anthems being done. Thanks, Drew. Oh, Scooby-Doo is Doobus? Scooby-Doobus. They are clapping. Clap, clap, clap. Listen, they're all in again, the fans. They're all in. Because they like to suffer. All right, so they're doing the national anthem now. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Nothing against the singer. She's a good national anthem singer. That's one part I've enjoyed watching the Leafs games is the national anthem singer. How do you like that? Matt Tkachuk was kind of quiet in Game 4. I don't expect the same tonight. Are the Leafs the definition of insanity? I mean, yeah, it's sort of. I guess, yeah, right. Do the same thing over and over again, expect a different result. They got a bit of a different result this year, I guess. So I don't know, but they're going down tonight. At least that's what their girlfriends all said. So if they lose, that they just show the crowd outside the wherever they play there. I don't know the name of their arena anymore. Riot time tonight. If they lose tonight, what do you think? Stan the Man. I always liked Jeanette Renault. My grandmother used to work with Jeanette Renault before she got famous, just before she got famous, because she got famous while they were working together, and that's why she left. But apparently, one of the nicest people on the planet, Jeanette Renault, and she definitely has a great voice. And yeah, I like that too. But nothing beats Roger Doucette, and I've said that before plenty of times. We grew up with Roger Doucette, so that's that's the one. You're going down, Dubis. Sorry, couldn't help myself. All right, so tonight, who's here? Who wins tonight? Everybody, let me know who you think wins tonight. And I don't mean it like we hate the Leafs. Who do you really think, honestly, without any bias, wins tonight? I think it's the Panthers. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think I'm kind of figuring Panthers in overtime. Don't know what the score is going to be. Kate Smith. That was the Flyers, man. I got nothing against Kate Smith at all, but I remember those days when Kate Smith would sing for the Flyers. Bubble T says Cats win tonight. Leafs crack under the pressure. David says Florida 4-2. Awesome. I hope that's what I hope too. I really can't. I'm not going to say the score, but I kind of think it might be not a high scoring game. But yeah, I think maybe it goes to overtime or before they start. So the Leafs come out flat, and who knows what the score will be. You know, when Montreal beat them in Game 7, I think they beat them 3-1 in Game 7. Yeah, that kind of a performance. They're showing Tkachuk. I'm expecting a big night from him. He was quiet the last game. I don't expect that 2 games in a row. Here we go. They're underway. Leafs take the first face off. Let's see how she goes. Now, the Leafs are at home, so I'm kind of also expecting, at least in the opening part, I mean, they should just be all over the place. And so far, big shot there by Marner, saved Bobrovsky. And this is what you got to see if you're a Leafs fan and you don't see this. I'd be pissed. They don't come out flying, and it's intense, and the pace is good, and all that. Like if their big guns aren't getting chances, Drew says Leafs, not because I want to, 4-1. You think they're gonna come back again this game? Matthew, if Panthers win, our pick goes from 17 to win. I don't give a shit about the pick. First of all, another reason I fully don't expect Montreal to make that pick. They're going to trade it. So it doesn't really matter. You could say, well, so they throw an extra draft pick or a smaller, or like a more minor prospect to make a deal that it would have been maybe better if they had the 17th pick. But I expect that pick to go in a deal. And so what? I don't care about a pick. When it comes to the Leafs winning, no goddamn way. Even if it was for first overall pick, I'm not gonna cheer for the Leafs for anything. No, I think I'd rather die. I mean, I don't think I'd rather die literally, but freaking close. Guru, how's it going, man? Good to see you in. So far, we're about a minute in. We're a minute in. No score, 1 shot apiece. We're going to see. I think this might be a bit of a chippy game. We're going to see who can handle that kind of a game tonight. And we'll see if the Leafs streak at home or the, not winning at home continues. They're showing Joseph Wall. I mean, for this kid, third string, but I mean, if he wants a career, make a name for himself, this is the time for him to do it. We'll see what he's made of. I'm not going to knock the kid. I don't know enough about him to do it. He did the job the last game. This is his time to make a name for himself. Could be a total difference maker if this kid stands on his head. We're going to find out. Got a penalty coming up to Tirana. High sticking, looking for blood on Listerine. If there's blood, we're looking at a 4-minute call. Got blood. Is it enough for the guy? The ref's going to go, that's not enough blood. Did he hit him in the mouth even? Well, there's blood there. Well, it's 2 minutes for sure. We'll see if it's 4. Look at Tkachuk going, yeah, bleed. High sticking, it looks like it's just a 2-minute. Yeah, not enough blood for the ref. Honestly, it didn't look like it hit him in the mouth, so I'll give him that. .9% on the power play in the playoffs for the Panthers, and they came close there, but Wall sat on it, literally lied down on it, and we'll have a face-off there. Right off the draw, pretty much. They got 2 opportunities. Goalie made both saves. Second one was a good save, too. Honestly, though, in my opinion, Leafs to win, their goalie's going to have to be really good. And he was the last time. Let's see if we can do it again. Almost an opportunity there for Marner. He stole a puck, almost got a shorthanded opportunity, but stolen back. Come on, boys. Fired all the way down with 1:10 left in the power play. Let's see. They got under a minute now to go. They can't get in and set up. Puck comes out again. And cleared out again by the Leafs. Doesn't look like they're going to get anything done on this power play. Got 30 seconds now left in it. Second unit out there. Or at least they changed up. So work. Back to the point. Shot. Wall with the save. 10 seconds left. Shot. Nope. Now shot. And they score. Boom. Ekblad? Who's that? I don't know who it was that scored. Maybe it was Mark Stahl? No. I was right. Ekblad. Ekblad with the power play goal. No, a tip in front. No? I'm not sure. It might have been Kachuk tipped in front. I can't tell. Nope. It is Ekblad right off the goalie. Goalie got a piece of it and not enough of it and went in. So 1-0 Florida, 8 shots for Florida, 1 for Toronto. So there's something right there. And if that can continue, well, we'll see. Anyway, it's only the first goal. There's a lot of hockey left. Let's see if Florida can continue and build on this. Come on, Panthers. Show them for what they are. Another opportunity there. It was a nice little setup, but goalie made the one stop. That's all they got out of it. The Panthers, they're in the offensive zone. Somewhere they, I think the last game they were like 5 minutes less offensive zone time than they were averaging. They plan to make up for that tonight. So we'll see if that is true, if they can. Here they go. Over the line. Where's the puck? Leafs can't clear it, and then they do. Here they come. 2-on-2. Is that it? No, 2-on-3. Duclair picks it up along the boards and comes up the wing. Over the line, dumps it at the goalie and goes for a change. Leafs get the puck back to get it out. Comes back in. Defenseman to defenseman. Up at the line, over the line. Who's carrying it? Willie Stiles? Is that Willie Stiles? Yeah, Willie Stiles. He loses it. Gets it back in the corner just for a second. And the Panthers clear it out. We might have an icing here. Yeah, icing call. Panthers have to win tonight or the Leafs will have a momentum going forward. I don't disagree 100%, but it's still an uphill climb for them of 2 more games. But I agree that if you're the Panthers, you start to wonder at that point, shit, are we going to lose this? So I agree. They got to win tonight. More so for the Leafs. So the bigger pressure is on the Leafs. But I do agree. I just burnt myself. I do agree that Both teams need to win. I mean, yeah. But no doubt, I mean, it's more pressure on the Leafs. Come on. We are, by the way, 5.5 minutes into this first period. Shots are 9-2 in favor of Florida, and it's 1-0 Florida. Fired in by the Leafs. Panthers send it back, and we should... Nope, it's not going to go far enough for an icing. Okay, Tkachuk steals it at his blue line, gets it over the line. Into the corner, sends it to the other side. Nope. Is there a penalty? Nope. Anyway, at least come up with it. They get it out. Nice pass there. Shot was wide, went behind the net. Panthers pick that up, and they will get the puck out. Get the puck out of there. But that's going to be an icing call against the Panthers. Leafs are fragile, and they for sure need to finish them off. I mean, yeah, I think they're still fragile tonight. But I think, who was it that said it? Renegade Man. I think he's kind of right. If the Leafs win tonight, they become a lot less fragile going forward, but it's still an uphill climb. Believe me, winning 4 in a row after you've dropped the first 3, not an easy task. A lot better pace, by the way, to this game. It's not the fastest I've seen, but the last couple of games I thought, not overly exciting. This first period's been pretty good. Bobrovsky's stick went into the corner. So let's hope that's not going to mean something here. Clear it out, boys. Clear it out. Nope. And they do. Bob will get his stick back and get back in there. Closing it on 8 minutes into this first period. Shots are still 9-2 for Florida. And it's still 1-0. There's a much better pace to this game. We got a whistle for some reason. Probably an offside. A late offside. Delayed, I guess. It is much more enjoyable than the last 2 games, man. Gone for a break. So, you guys enjoying this game? Talk to me here. Come on, guys. Talk to me in the chat, and we'll wait out this commercial break. So far, like I said, I've been saying, this is a much better game to watch. And I'm glad Panthers are up by 1, because let's see if they can hold that. The Leafs held that 1-0 lead right into the third, probably right into the last 10 minutes or something of the third. Something like that, anyway. They held it for a long time. Maybe it was the second period where Panthers scored. This is definitely the best start probably in this series as far as pace and excitement and some good chances. It's much better. And if we're going to be forced to watch a Leafs game, it might as well be an exciting game to watch. It's always more exciting when they're losing, so that's just for me. All right, so talk to me in the chat. We got 11 people. Give a thumbs up if you're having a good time. And let me know if you're new and just got in here. Let me know what you think about the game so far. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of commercials. It seems like every commercial break, there's tons of them. And as I say that, they come back. Leafs have had 6 games in a row with 2 goals or less. So basically, Panthers score 3 goals, and they're probably going to win. So let's see them do that. Leafs don't have the stamina, being a first-round team only. Let's actually see if that does come into play, because it might. It shouldn't, though. Honestly, it shouldn't. Not for second round. Maybe 4th round, 3rd round, but shouldn't in the second round. I mean, just they're a bunch of pussies. That's why they, but that's different, They got a power play. I didn't even know that. Look at that. They're on the power play. Toronto is. Come on, boys, kill this off. Nice stop there, Bob. I think it hit him more than a nice stop, but it's still, pad was in the right place. Come on, guys, clear it out. Another stop. And cleared. Panthers penalty kill at a low 63.9% for the playoffs. Not good. 45 seconds left in. Oh, breakaway. Shot. Save Walt. I don't know who it was. Broke away, though. Kachuk? No. That was, that was Stahl. Mr. Pride. Mr. Pride almost scored a goal. Look at that. God was on his side. "15 seconds left in the Leafs power play. Are they going to kill this off? What?" So, Panthers scored really late in there, so I guess still an opportunity here. 3, 2, 1. Power play's over. Can they get to full strength? Yep, back at full strength. So there's that. So Panthers were able to kill off their first PK. At least we're not. .935 left in the first. Shots are now 10-5. A little better for the Leafs there now, but it's still 1-0 Florida. Kampf is back. He found his way back after being sent through the boards by Gudis a couple games ago. I think it was this morning they said he woke up and he knew where he was for the first time since the hit. Bubble tea, but I mean their percentage wasn't great. That they gave the percentage for the playoffs 69.3, I think it was. So, or 63.9, some one of the two. Not good, really. 63.9 is not good. So, but they get some penalty kills in a row, then that percentage will come right back up. Bobrovsky was shit on the regular season, but that doesn't matter because the playoffs is what matters. You're trying to win the ultimate prize. And, the team itself, we talk about getting hot at the right time. They got hot at the All-Star break just after, and they carried that right through till now. And that's what matters, And then Bobrovsky got hot in the playoffs. And you had that kid, Alex Lyon, got them to that when Bobrovsky wasn't hot. So, yeah, hot goalie will get you. It's all you need. Hot goalie. Doesn't have to be the best goalie. It kind of needs to be the hottest goalie. And if you got that, and right now that is Bob right there. Bob's hot, making the saves. Some really nice, beautiful saves. He's really hot right now. If he can keep that up, they can go far. After they beat the Bruins, I said they're. I think even before, they're reminiscent of the Habs. They beat the Bruins. I said, and they didn't sweep the Leafs, but but they almost did, and it's kind of the same kind of road. We'll see if they get to the finals or not. Got a commercial break, by the way. So, last season, they're showing that the Panthers lost to the Lightning last season, but that's last season. This is this season. It's Drew says it's know your role season. Not too much, not too little. No, listen, the Panthers, they got hot at the right time. I mean, unfortunately for Montreal with the pick, but they got hot at the right time, and you're seeing what that means here, in the playoffs so far. One thing, Toronto's coming back on the shots. Florida was up 9-2. Now it's 10-7, so Florida needs to start getting some shots again on net. I don't know what the shot attempts are. Wow, that almost got Bob there. Good reaction. Quick reaction. He made a save that he was shaky on, actually. One of those little stupid pucks coming in that, anyway, I'm not able to describe it seems. .735 left in the I was going to say third in the first. Big hit right there. Big hit. I don't know on who. I believe that was Reinhardt. It was Reinhardt or Good on Captain Bedwetter. He took a big hit. Now Yarncroc wants to go after Tkachuk. Wasn't good. I don't believe it was Tkachuk that made the hit. There, that's the one. Matthews, it hits his stick and changes direction on him. That's what happened. Big hit. Gudis, I think, again. I love to see that. Knock his socks off. Captain Bedwetter. It's his new nickname. Let's go Oilers. That's after this one. Yep. When you're 16th place team, no pressure does not hurt. No, you're right though, right? There's not as much pressure. There's a little bit after the first win by the Leafs, but I don't think it's that much. Now, if they lose tonight, I mean, it amps up a bit, but the game's not over, is it? So we don't know what's going to happen yet. I know there are a lot of snowbirds in Florida, but whoever buys the tickets, the money goes to the Panthers organization, and that's a win for them. 100%. Renegade Man says, I hope Florida goes far just like the Lightning and win the Cup. I don't really care at this point. As long as it's not Toronto, I don't really care who wins the Cup, honestly. I'm not sure I want Vegas to, but, But, I mean, I'd rather, like, at this point, if Edmonton's in there, sure, at that point, I want to see that Canadian team win. The only Canadian team I don't want to see win is Toronto. I mean, that's the only one. Gudis in the box, and he's not happy. Interference. I did not see it, so I just saw at the end. They were showing it. I just saw at the end and banging his stick, yelling at the ref. Nice. Keep that pad down there, Bob. So another PK for Panthers. Let's see if they can kill off another one. And we got 6:30 left in the first period. Shots are tied at 11. Game is 1-0 Florida, and we got 1:25 left in the Panther power play for the Leafs. And I make no mistake about it. This is a dangerous power play, the Leafs power play. So, but when Bobrovsky's playing the way he is, I mean, you just, anything's possible. I mean, if there's a goal, like I'm going to put my money on the experienced goaltender. So we'll see see if I'm right. But so far, so good. 35 seconds left in the Leafs power play, and it's being killed off so far. Leafs Panthers send it all the way down. They just showed Eric Stahl skating off. He played here, and don't you have a lot of pride to see Eric Stahl, just filled with pride to see Eric Stahl. Rick, why are you beating a dead horse? Because I like to, I guess. I don't know. They killed it off, and they're back at full strength. Way to go, Panthers. Some good Fast and Furious play here again. I'm trying to be unbiased because I am when it's the Leafs. But I think if I'm a Leafs fan, like if this is my team, I'm a little worried. They're not, the pace is there and all that, but I don't know. The chances aren't there. I'm not. They don't look 100% confident out there. I'd be starting to get worried, but probably because I'm a little biased. Renegade Man would be happy if Matthews leaves Toronto once his contract is up, but I have a feeling it won't happen. Oh, I have a feeling it will happen. I'm going to be really surprised. Matthews resigns there. I'm going to be surprised. Now, if they went on to win a cup, sure, different story. But they lose here. Yeah, why would he want to come back? You can go to a big American city, get big money and endorsements and all kinds of shit, and maybe not have as much pressure to win as he does in Toronto. Like that sounds like Austin Matthews to me. For me, the question is, when do the Leafs trade him, right? Do they wait till the last minute? Now we can't sign him and move him at the trade deadline next season, or think in advance and get as much as you can in return in the offseason? If they trade him in the offseason, though, I'll tell you this, might be rioting in Toronto. So that could be a factor. But when the pictures come out of Justin Bieber and Austin Matthews having sex, no, I'm joking. I don't want to get sued. Yeah. Bet your ass. Those goddamn commercials. Captain Bedwetter, yay! And then CBC's got this little thing there, and it's in yellow. Isn't that perfect? Because they know. See, they know. All right, we got a face off. Who's going to win it? To the right of Bob, won by the Panthers. and yet they can't get it out. Toronto keeps it in. Good chance right here. Oh boy, good thing that I guess it was Conf couldn't get a stick on it in the crease. Toronto couldn't hold on to it. It gets sent out to the neutral zone over the line. Duclair to Verhaeghe, and Verhaeghe scores. Yeah, 2-0 Florida. That's it, Bubble Tea. He kept it just in, Bieber. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah. Just in Bieber. Just the tip, though. Just the tip in Bieber. Analysts were saying no one was sticking up for each other in the scrimmages in the last game. Marner being punched 3 times, and no one stuck up for him. There's no brotherhood type stuff there. No, they got nothing here. Nothing. It's empty. They could be on the Wizard of Oz playing the, was it the lion with no heart? No, it was the Tin Man. That's what they should call all of them. The Toronto Tin Men. Why are they the Tin Men? Because they got no heart. Down 2-0 after one, or not fully after one. You know, playing mostly a good game, but I'm telling you, man, there's the game you're seeing from Matthews, who's to me has been invisible for 3 games, basically. You know, basically, like I trade him if I'm a Leafs fan. Get this guy out of here. Renegade Man, that's the thought, is that he's going to be asking for $15 million. You know, he needs all that money to stuff in the chest cavity because there's a lot of room in there. 2:40 to go in the first. Shots are now 13-12 for Toronto. But the score is 2-0 for Florida. I love giving it to them. I love it. Bob Cannon in the house. Hey, Bob. Not going to lose that number. Ricky, don't lose that number. What year was that? That was big. 74. A big song. I always thought they were talking about me. How do they know my name? Haha. Willie Styles can't hold on to the puck. Stick a little too tight in your hands? What's happening? I think after this first period, I'm going to reread that poem because not everybody heard it, that I wrote today about the Leafs. Renegade Man, yeah. You know, if Steve Dangle didn't advertise for gambling, I'd feel for him, but he does, and I don't. $1:15 to go in the first. 2-0 of Florida. Leafs on the brink of elimination. If they don't win tonight, they will be eliminated. At home. So far, Bubble Tea, so far it is. Let's see if we can. One more reading to cement that fucker in there. I don't know. Is it me, or am I more emotional over a Leafs loss than I am over a Habs win? I don't know. What else we got this year except to enjoy this? I'll tell you, they're showing Bob there. When they signed him $10 million a year for 7 years, I thought, wow. And he hasn't played that great there. But you know what? If he gets them to a cup final and maybe win a cup, he's worth all that money, isn't he? Very experienced goalie. And maybe this is his year. He certainly is playing like it. That's for sure. And I wonder, how are the Leafs going to blame the Habs for Samsonov being knocked out of the series. I don't know. I just feel they're going to do that somehow. All right, we're just about out of the first. 10 seconds left. Can they do something in the 10 seconds? No, because Florida clears it down. So after one, we're looking at a 2-0 Florida lead. Shots are 13-12 for Toronto, but the score is not. Awesome. So we got ourselves about 15 minutes here till they drop the puck for the next period. So you guys talk to me, and in a few minutes, I'm going to read my poem once again. It's called Dubas Went All In, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And if not, like if you're not going to talk and you're leaving, please give a thumbs up before you leave. I'd appreciate that as well. Oh, they put 1.5 seconds back on the clock. There's an empty net. Wow, look at this. They got to win the draw and get a shot. No, you weren't going to do it. All right, because they did something stupid like that. That should be the game. 2-0 Florida. Boom. Can you believe that, though, Bob? They pulled a goalie for 1.5 seconds after the faceoff. Are you kidding me? Do you think Hughes will trade the 5th pick? I would be pissed if he did that for PLD. No. If you're talking about for PLD, no. Where I think he'd like to trade the 5th pick is to move up into 4th or 3rd. And if he can do that, sending the 5th and something else, who knows what else, could be 2 things. That's where I see him possibly trading that pick, but it's not for something. No, PLD for the 5th pick is ridiculous. It's just people who say that, like, I don't get it. How is PLD worth that 5th pick? I don't think so in this draft. Now, in a lot of other drafts, yes, of course. That could be, I could see that, but not this draft. Nope. The guy you could pick up in 5th should probably be better than PLD when he's at his peak. Who do I want to win? Is it not obvious, Anthony? Look at my chair. Is that a leaf on my chair? No. Hey, soft guy, how you doing, man? Have feeling like Leafs gonna win again tonight. Well, they're down 2-0. You're feeling, I don't know where that's coming from, but there is a lot of hockey left. They're not playing like they will. I mean, they're not. I'm again struggling to say that I've seen Austin Matthews out there. And that's 2 out of 3 games, the last 3 games. 2 out of the last 3, I said the same thing. Have you noticed him? Like, he's not, Willie Styles playing shit. Tavares looks like he's trying, but, he needs to go change his diaper every period. So, and who else is on that big 3? And Marner. Marner's out there. Marner's been the best of the 4. Did anybody see the Carolina Jersey game last night? I did not. 3rd period and OT was insanely great hockey. Yeah, I did not see that. But Carolina beat Devils, and Carolina moves on to the round 3. Anthony, do you really care about the pick? Do you really care about the pick? Like, if you're going to tell me that you would rather see the Leafs win anything, I don't care what it is, game, series, cup, because of a pick, I question your diehard Habs fanness. I'm sorry to say that, but it's for everybody that's saying cheer for the Leafs. Why? Who would cheer for their biggest rival? Who would cheer for their second biggest rival? Who would cheer for their pretty much not, right? But your biggest one, never. And if you want to say, well, Boston's my biggest rival, that's fair, but they're not mine. It's the Leafs. Ow. It's like somebody just said, yeah, we're going to give you a shot in the wrist for that. No, but it's true. I mean, I'm never going to cheer for the Leafs. Leafs fans love to boast that they are Canada's team and won those 13 cups. It's easy for them to win if there were 6 teams. And the last win was in 67. Yep. And they have never, not once in the history of the Toronto Maple Leafs, played past second round. Because when they won their last cup, 6-team league, there was no third round. You won the cup after 2 rounds. So they got nothing to brag about till they win something. And a first round is not winning something. It's not. Even if you haven't won a first round in 19 years, it's not winning anything. And if that's how low your standards are, well, then no wonder you're the Leafs. Leafs fans do voodoo on me? Probably. Yeah, probably. And listen, but you know what, though? Honestly, if any of them asked themselves the same thing, would they ever cheer for the Habs for any reason? No. No, they wouldn't. So why should I cheer for them? And why should I talk good about them? I do when they deserve it. But why should I? No way. No. Leafs core didn't do anything. Tavares, Marner, Nylander, Matthews. Kachuk didn't score, but he did so many other things. That was the last game, right? I mean, yeah, they didn't. Tavares in 14 seasons has won 2 playoff series. That's it. This is your leader. You know, it's fine that he's their leader and all that, but don't be all great, Tavares. Great at what? Regular season? A lot of players have been great at regular season. Bob says, but Rick, shut the up already. No, all things being equal, I think in the long term, big picture, getting a better draft pick could easily be more benefit to the Habs. I get it. This is a deep draft, but well, I said it earlier. Another reason why I don't care, because I don't believe Montreal's going to use that pick. They're going to trade it. So you can say, well, we'll get a little bit better of a player. How much better? You're going to get a superstar over a plugger because of that difference in the pick? I don't think so. So I don't expect them to take the pick. They're going to trade it away. I don't give a shit where it ends up. Not when it comes to balance between where you want that pick, want to see the Leafs win. No, if I want the Leafs win, no. That's going to win. So, how about second round exit for the next 19 years? For what? The Leafs? That's fine. As long as it's not cup win. Sean says, really, Rick, Boston is the biggest rival. Toronto, other than 2 years ago, there hasn't been any since 67. Boston's the biggest rival here for Montreal. It all depends. You know, different fans say that and different fans say Toronto. And I'm fine if you think that Boston's the biggest rival. That's fine. That's for you, 100%. And I get it, but it's not for me. It's not, because I grew up absolutely detesting Toronto, not just in hockey, but in everything else. So there's a lot more weight there for me. So there you go. Carlson could be a Hab if Smith and Michkov could be taken before him. Personally, I think Smith is their target. And if they trade up, then they're going to get, if they can trade up just one spot, they're going to get one of Carlson or Smith. And Michkov will not. Like, I believe that's what they want to do. We'll see. Even if it's like going to be assured, yes, he'll be able to be here. It's 3 years. I don't think they want to wait that 3 years. That's one big thing. And maybe because I think that Hughes stressed this in his press conference after the the lottery. Maybe he doesn't have that character that they're looking for, and those boxes. Maybe he doesn't have that, and they already know this a little bit, and they'll do their deeper dive. But they maybe because they stressed if the player doesn't check all those boxes, they're not picking him, even if it's the best. Because to them, best player available doesn't just mean best talent; it means a lot of different things too. So I think that's where fans don't realize. I don't think that's how fans look at it. Fans look at Michkov at his talent, but what if they don't feel he's a fit? What if they think teammates don't like him? He's selfish. These are some of the things I have heard. I don't know if it's true. Like if those pan out to be true, they're not picking him. I'm doing my Rick rant. It's funny because I just watched, I guess, leading up to the game on CBC, Rick Mercer, and he does a rant, and there I'm doing a Rick Mercer rant. Should put a green screen of Matthews getting kicked in the balls. I haven't seen that picture. Just for kicks, it would be funny if someone hypnotized you. I can't be hypnotized. And you wake up wearing a Leafs jersey and your room is full of Leafs memorabilia. Just joking, by the way. I can't be hypnotized. Why do I know this? My dad, I mean, not anymore, but my dad used to he could hypnotize people. And I mean, I've seen it many times, and he tried on me, and I tried to be hypnotized. My brain doesn't settle down enough, and that's a key thing. My brain doesn't settle down enough to be hypnotized. That's the easiest explanation I can give for why. But yeah, not everybody can be hypnotized. Okay, moving on. Did your chats get flagged? I don't think they did. I took off the stuff that was causing most of the flagging of the comments. You can swear in here now, and it'll get put in. At least 95% of the time, or something like that. Hey, Drew, nice to see you as always, and go Oilers, go, and I hope you guys win tonight. Rick rants on the Leafs is the best Rick content. All right. Maybe I'll pull that off of there and put I could do that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll pull it off of there and make a YouTube short out of that rant that I just did. Michkov could be a Hawks or a Chicago Blackhawk. If they move up, they could get their Kane and Taves in Bedard Michkov. I mean, they could, but what are they going to have? Like, for them to move up into, say, third, they have to have a high draft pick to give away in that. No one's giving that third without getting back a draft pick close enough, right? Theirs is first. They're not trading that. What else do they have? So if they don't have another one in the top 10, I don't see how they're moving up. So I'll say that. Yeah, Anthony, I don't know. I know there's a program to convert, like, from the way mine is shot to cut it off like it's a vertical. Because you need to, that's the only way to make a short out of it. But I might do it. I might. I'm really busy these days, so I don't know. Make a second channel trashing Leafs. Safka, you make me laugh a lot. I like that. I'm not going to do that, but I do like that. I probably will make a second channel, but it's more for my poetry. Oh, which makes me think. All right. So I wrote this morning. I guess it was, I would say around noon, actually, is when I wrote this. Because I went out this afternoon, so I did that before. So it's called Dubas Went All In. It's about the Leafs. How I feel. I guess it's how I feel. I'll read it again. I read it before the game started, but there's a lot more people. So hopefully you enjoy this. And hopefully I'll read it better because I haven't really practiced it much and I might not read it properly. There once was a team from Toronto. They needed to win a cup pronto. They had Matthews and Marner. They never go in the corner. They can't, no, wait. They can't win no matter how much they want to. The pressure is too intense for them to win, even though Dubas went all in. They are 1-4 at home, and they play like styrofoam. They are brittle if you punch them in the chin. Tonight, their backs are to the wall, and it's going to be a brawl. Will Kachuk and Marner fight? Man, that would be a sight. Who's in nets tonight? Is it Joseph Wall? I hope the Panthers win this game and make the Leafs all cry in shame. Dubas went all in. These bunch of losers just can't win, and the fans all fell for it just the same. It's time now for the Leafs to book tea times. Their captain's getting old, not in his prime. Will Austin Matthews stay or will he go away? Will they trade him at the next trade deadline? It doesn't flow well, that sentence. Dubas went all in, I do believe. Now he will be let go with Sheldon Keefe. What direction will they go? Does anybody know? Except the Leafs can't win a cup. Let's give them grief. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where did I leave off? I'm not sure. And I can't think of a rhyme to go with that, so I'm not going to do that. No, I read that. Oh, I didn't read that. What an idea. Sufka. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? You know what would really be hilarious? Seeing Dangle and Rick swap favorite teams. Dangle and Habs gear, Rick and never going to happen. For one game would be killer funny, but long term, I don't want Dangle here. First of all, not going to happen. The only way they're going to get at least anything on me is they're going to have to do that by CG. Not going to be wearing nothing. Leafs. Nope. Because then it would just be me trying to talk, but instead throwing up every time I open my mouth. Not going to be pretty. So no. And like I said, Steve, I'm not doing anything with Steve Dangle. He advertises for gambling. I'm not really interested in anything like that. And I don't really want to be on anybody's channel where maybe the video, a gambling ad is on there. Like, I don't really want that. So maybe I'm too woke. I'm too woke, Rick. It's a great idea. I get the idea. Just not going to happen. Rick versus Dangle on air would be so funny. Not really. Scotian Canadian did that video with him. And then afterward on Twitter, they had some back and forth. I don't know that he's he seems like a nice guy, but I think he can be pretty nasty too. So no, I don't want to be in that kind of a fight look at the following he's got. I'm going to no, I'll lose out on that big time. Don't need it. I struggle enough on here. I don't need that shit. But, if we ever met and talked, I wouldn't I wouldn't be, oh, Steve Dangle here. No, I'm not going to do that. I doubt I'll ever meet him, though. So. I know, I'm sure he probably knows who I am, sort of. Like, you can say, oh, yeah, I heard of that guy. He saw us, whatever, out there, whatever. That's probably all I am to him. And I used to like Steve Dangle till he had to fight with Scotian. That was not right. So, no. Is Harry Rice here tonight? I don't know. Look around. Look up. Look that way. That way. Nope. Harry Rice not here. Didn't Leafs make it into the third round in 93? No, I don't believe. No, in 93. Oh. You make a good point. I'm not sure now. So maybe that's the only time they've done it. I heard it the way I said it, but I didn't think of 93 because I think you're right. Anthony, good point. Daniel's a Leaf fan. After all, something must be wrong. We're underway for the second. The farther into this game it goes, the more desperate the Leafs need to get. So we'll see if they do show that. The last game, it didn't really have to be, but because they were up by, leading. But here, they better start showing some urgency or, man, I'm right about they're going to be booking some tea times, man. For the Panthers, they just need to keep it simple and play their game, and they should be fine. You were like on screen in Harry Rice after game show? Après game. Après le match. Habs Guru, I would be absolutely the same. Here's what Guru said. He was buying a Habs jersey that was on the top rack at the store. The employee asked me to try on a Leafs jersey that was on the bottom rack just to size it up. I told him, like, Evan, hell. I would have laughed and go, yeah, no. Like again, even for that, I'm not putting Leafs gear on this body. Only way if you want to play a prank after I've died and you call the mortician and you say, yeah, dress him up in Leafs gear. That's what he wanted. That's about the only way. And I watched someone do that to me because they saw this. Some action in front of Bob. I mean, as it should be. If the Leafs don't start showing something, come on. Shots from the point, man. That's not enough. Perimeter shots, not enough, man. Get in the dirty areas. Penalty coming up. No. Awesome. No penalty. Here we go. Here goes the pushing and shoving. The chippiness is a starting. But are the Leafs going to write a check that their asses cannot cash? We're going to find out. David, I don't know if Matthews has a no trade clause, but I would kind of think they do, that he does. But the thing is, right, if they go to him, hey, we want to trade you, I would think he says, yeah, okay, here's my list. I'll go to these teams. I mean, I got to think, especially if they lose here tonight. But we'll see. Bob, that's good to hear. That's what I would pretty much do. Leafs fans come in here and start bragging. But I don't think they hear, I'm sure they know how badly I talk about the Leafs. I'm sure enough of them do. But we've had them coming in. It's not too bad lately, though. It's probably because deep down, they know that I'm right. I really, like, if they lose tonight, I wonder what's going to happen outside the arena there where all the fans are outside looking at the big screen. Like, I wonder if anybody came with prepared with, people with a rope and a noose, and they're going to see some hangings and people cutting themselves. Like, I don't know. Because, I mean, the Panthers still look like they want to score more. And the Leafs kind of, I mean, it doesn't look like they can. I don't know. We'll see. Hope I don't jinx it. I think this is a game where we're not going to say that word, right? We're not going to use that word for the Panthers. We're not. Although I think I'm going to go as far as saying I think this game might end up 3-1. I think that's a score they like to lose by in the 7th game. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. So let's see. We got 16:45 to go in the second. Shots are 18-16 in favor of the Leafs, but the score is 2-0 Florida. Another quick whistle, so we'll have another face-off. I'm not sure where. I think just outside the Leafs blue line, but I'm not sure. We see if I'm right. I think that's where the puck went out, so I think that's where the face-off is. But I could be wrong. See, I'm wrong. It's to the right of Wall. Side of the net. Wall covers up a puck there, and we'll have another face-off because it's the night of the face-off. I gotta get some water. It's starting to get warm here now, so getting a little warm inside the studio with all the lights on. Ice water, nothing like it. Nothing like it to quench the thirst and cool you down. 16:35 to go here. They're underway again. Oh, Montour couldn't pick up that rebound. Leafs coming back. Here comes, who's that? Riley. Riley kind of loses it at the line. Goes into the corner where Barkov picks it up, sends it up to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe stretch pass, missed his mark. And I think that's Justin Hall with it. Now we got Barkov picking it up at the red line, losing it. Now it's against the boards. Who's going to pick it up? Leafs do. And they toss it out. Guy just, I don't know, he tried to throw it across the ice and it went high and out off of his stick, I think. That's why. Mr. Pride there out on the ice. Just, I always seem, I don't know why, I just have a lot of pride watching Eric Stahl. I don't know. Beat that dead horse, Rick. Beat that dead horse. Closing in on 5 minutes into this second period. Looks like, is that going to be icing? Icing against, nope. It's not. Didn't go far enough. Keeps behind the Leafs net. Hall sends it up to the line and out. But picked up by the Panthers. It's in the corner. Come on, boys. Let's engineer another goal here. And was it Riley? O'Reilly fell flat on his ass. But he ends up with the puck. Drops it back to Hall. Hall sends it up over the line. Hits Bunting, I think, with that. I'm not even joking. I have not seen Austin Matthews. Is Matthews hurt? I have not seen him. I don't think the whole game have I seen Austin Matthews out there. Someone tell me he's out there or he's not. Because I have not noticed him. which may end up being like the biggest reason why this team loses is Austin Matthews invisible again. I think I saw him sitting on the bench. That I think I saw them showing him on the bench, but I haven't seen him on ice. Imagine you make $11.6 million and in an elimination game, you are not all over the goddamn place. How? Captain Underpants and Captain Bedwetter together this year in theaters near you. New book coming out, Captain Underpants and How Pajama Boy won the golf tournament. I still have not seen Matthews. It's crazy. He must be hurt. I should have seen him out there. Anybody out there? Something happened to Matthews, or I just not noticing him. Panthers last 5 road games wins. All right, feel like I'm alone here because nobody now talking to me. At least win the draw here in the Panthers, in the Panthers zone. So, and off a stick, puck didn't. Oh, I thought it went out. Flipped out to the neutral zone by the Panthers, and they cannot pick it up there. Marner. There's Matthews. Look at that. He's out there. Look at that. He's living. I mean, he's alive. I don't know why he said it like that. He did. Weird way to put it. Ooh. I think that was Montour had a almost. I mean, had a good shot, wide open, beautiful shot. Then another one. Wall saved it and hang on, and we'll have a face off there. Okay, the words are not coming out right of my. They're not coming out of my mouth right. You very rarely watch when I'm streaming, even when the Habs games are on. Well, that makes me feel very special. It also makes me feel like I don't do enough play-by-play for someone who's not watching the game, but just listening to me. Yikes. I feel I'm letting you down, man. Another long commercial break. I almost kind of wish, like, because I'm watching it on TV, so I can't have my headphones on. I can hear it sort of, but not really well. I tonight's one of the nights that I would love to hear what the Sportsnet guys, if they're crying or what kind of excuses they're making for the Leafs. Like, I'd like to hear what they're saying. Oh, well, thank you too, Bubble Tea. Appreciate that. Is it because you guys can't get the game, or geez, that sounds like I want like an even bigger like pat on the back. It's not. I'm just curious. Oh, you know what we should talk about? Like, say it ends tonight. Do I follow another series? Like, I don't have any skin in the game, any other team. Only reason I'm kind of doing this is because of my hate for the Leafs. But maybe I'm not sure. I might decide on doing a few other games too. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see which games I'm into. if there's a series that's that's got me. I don't think I'm going to do the late games though, so that gets a little too much. And he says it doesn't feel like ruining his eyes watching Leafs hockey, so he's listening. Are you playing video games? That's interesting. Awesome, Guru. Appreciate that. Yeah, Guru. I mean, for you, I know it's the time. I don't know. I mean, I don't like the Panthers enough I don't. That's the thing. Edmonton, though, it's going to be a lot of late games. I don't know that I want to do late games. Anyways, I'll think about it and I'll see when just before the third round starts. I'll figure out. I mean, there's only two choices, though, right? At next round, there's only two choices. So, maybe it's because I want whoever's playing Carolina because I don't like Carolina either. So maybe we'll do that. Problem is, Carolina probably going to win. They're a good team. Damn it. 2-1. Shot from the point. Don't know whose shot. Morgan Riley, of course. Riley scores on a long wrist shot from the point. 2-1, Florida. 12-10 left in the second, so a lot of hockey. And they just got themselves back in the game a little bit. Hopefully they knock out the Leafs. I'm glad that they scored two and it's not tied up here. I hope this doesn't give the Leafs any momentum. And, I'm not even going to blame Bob on this one. I think it just, got deflected last second. He would have had that. It got deflected last second. That's not even Bob's fault. So I feel better at that. It's not his fault. He didn't give up a bad goal. So that's the Morgan Riley. I don't think it's his goal. I don't know whose stick got there. Let's see Florida get back real quick. That would be good. I also find it's totally strange they're waving white towels around. When you wave the white, like a white flag, white towel, whatever, isn't that saying I give up? I never understood that. David, Bob was definitely screened, but the puck changed direction right at the last second, so he had no chance on it. Anyway, I did say at the beginning of the game, I thought this was going to be a tight game and probably go to overtime. So it kind of, it fits right in there. If the Panthers and when the Panthers win, they will have sent 2 original teams, 6 teams packing. Pretty cool. Yeah, Mike, I don't disagree with that. I just wanted to see Boston beat Toronto. That was the reason but yeah, I mean, I have no problem with Boston getting knocked out and kind of humiliated, right? President's Trophy winners and then getting knocked out. The worst points differential in the two teams. Like that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll be even more happy if the Panthers knock them off here tonight. We're halfway through this second period. Shots are 24-22, favor of Toronto. It is 2-1 for Florida. Bob is not a good goalie. Bob's been struggling, I agree, for a few years, but you're wrong. Bob can be a very good goalie. It's just I think he struggled ever since he's been with Florida. But, all it takes is, get hot at the right time in the playoffs, and he's got enough experience, been around long enough. He could put together a really good run, which is what he's starting to do. Let's see if he can continue it after tonight. I mean, he's been good tonight. You can't fault him on that goal, so. Nine and a half minutes left in the second. It's been a pretty good pace. I mean, you got to figure, come on, the Leafs, how are they not just all over the place trying to score? Well, they kind of are now. It seems like they got that goal, and it seems like their sense of urgency picked up. Bob just saved one with his head. Yeah, Austin, just what you need, money from betting. Yeah, you need that. I mean, poor Austin, how are you eating? For sure you need money from betting. Piece of shit. That's what he asked me. I guess Marner skip the dishes. That's a little bit better. Stupid commercial, though. Whew. All right. I don't know what's all right, but talk to me here in the chat. If you haven't yet, please give a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And what else? What else should I say? It's been a good game though tonight. Like as far as it's been enjoyable to do this game. I just hope that doesn't change soon. There's still a lot of hockey left, so in a 2-1 game, nobody's safe yet. Oh, that Martin. The other one is worse, where he only eats left wings or right, whatever he is. I mean, that's dumb. It's like you know what? It's probably written by Austin Matthews. That's why it's so freaking dumb. No, but it's stupid. This one, he was taping his fork. Yeah, perfect. You're like, come on. Who writes these goddamn things? Probably Dubas does. They're in the huddle, keeps going, okay, listen, guys, I don't want to lose my job, so come on, go out there and play. God damn it. Appropriate time, 9:11 left in the second period. Face-off is to the left of Bob. Won by the Panthers and cleared down to the Leaf zone anyway. No icing, of course. Still wondering why. What the hell? Where's Austin Matthews? Like, he's not noticeable. We confirmed he's out there and he's got a pulse. But man, how come he's not out? Here he is now. Here, let's see what he can do. Well, it's going to shut me up by scoring a goal. He showed me he could skate around in a circle. He's good at that. Doesn't seem to have the balls to get in the front of the net, though. I think he's starting to envision the city he's going to be playing at next year already. Leafs need a poet laureate, Rick. Interested? Nope. I don't know what kind of poems I'd be able to write about the Leafs, but they're probably not going to be very favorable to the Leafs. Pushing and shoving. This game, when's it going to get chippy? I really did it. I expected this to be, after the whistle in front of the nets, I expected it to be chippier than this. Bob, I mean, that's a yes and a no. Are they really turning it on now? It's kind of slowed back down for them, I find. Like, they didn't get the momentum off that goal that, you would think that a team that's a talented team. I mean, they got talented players and they're facing elimination. And I didn't see enough. It didn't last long enough, that little momentum they got from that, I think. Is Keefe resting Matthews for a furious third? But what if the Panthers then score a few goals before the third? Then there's no furious third. So I don't like. That would be a really stupid strategy if you ask me. What I think is Matthews, his balls are up inside his stomach and he doesn't know how to play. Be careful, Willie. Montour can take your head off. Anthony is still Joseph Wall. Guru, right? You'd think they wouldn't. Like, why would you wait till the third to score a goal? Like, are you kidding me? Score as many as you can. Screw waiting till the third. But I don't know. They're just not able to. And it's not to say that I think they're out of it. They're not out of this game. Not yet, anyway. Okay, something dirty happened there. Oh, to the other prideful Stahl brother. I guess God wasn't looking out for you there, eh, Mark? They pulled Sam. What do you mean they pulled Sam? Who are you talking about? Oh, Stahl got a puck right in the side of the face. It didn't. That looked like it might have hurt a little bit. Just a little bit. Bob, probably he's hurt. I haven't heard anything though about it, but it's not just this game. I said this 2 games ago, and even the last game. Okay, he was still somewhat invisible. So, but it's because he doesn't have balls, and it's the playoffs, and in the playoffs, you kind of need some balls to play. Hopefully, they dog it to the last minute and go home. Yes, good to the last minute dogging. Is Sam still in net for the Leafs? Sam who? Samsonov? Samsonov hasn't played for two games already. This is the third one. He got knocked out 2 games ago, missed the last one, and missing this one. What's his name? Luke Shen barreled into him during the game, early second period, knocked him out with an upper body. So I was wondering Sam who? Sorry that I didn't get it right away. 6:20 to go in the second. 2-1. So shots are tied at 26, by the way. Icing against Toronto. Excuse me. I'm really glad I'm not a Leaf fan. You know how hard this is, what they're going through right now, trying to come back here and having to watch this long in the game that they've got to try to come back. That's, I feel bad for them that way. But they wanted to buy into this team. Well, that's the price you pay. Anthony, I understand that. Panthers aren't my favorite team. But, man, I like them a lot better than I'll ever like the Leafs because I'll never like the Leafs. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. But I definitely understand. I mean, look, if you hate both teams, yeah, I mean, you don't want to really root for one over the other, but you root for the one, you root against the one that you hate the most. You don't have to root for the one that you know what I mean? That's all. Because the Panthers definitely not one of my favorite teams. They are dirty. Gudis is dirty like hell. But it's the Leafs, so I mean, it's an easy decision. Well, Wall said, you know what? If Bob can get one off to make a save with his head, I can do it too. And he did. So we're getting close to the end of the second period. And you got to think, if the Leafs cannot tie this game up before they go into, before this period ends, man, that's going to be a pressure-filled third period for them. And it gets less pressure for the Panthers because, they're up going into the third. They could win it all, the series. The pressure's not so much, but the Leafs at home losing again, yeah, I'm looking forward to every last minute of it too. Is that mean? Please tell me that's mean. I got a commercial break. Yeah, you'll wait. That looks good, actually. All that food, Jesus. Bubble Tea says, mean. The heart wants what it wants. 100% it does. And this heart wants the Leafs to lose. .533 to go in the second. Florida now back up on top in the shots, 28-26, and they're up on the score. 2-1. Go, Panthers, go. Barkov, I think, taking the draw. Or at least win that one. Was to the left of Wall. Come on. Come on, some pressure here. Oh, big giveaway. Some pressure here by the Panthers. Haven't really gotten a shot on net, though. And the Leafs pick that up, and they will get it out, I think. Just passing it amongst the defensemen. And now a stretch pass up to the line to Matthews, who couldn't really handle that pass because his balls got in the way. Lack of. Shot by, I don't know who 13 is. Leafs coming back the other way. Willie Stiles. Then it's dumped into the corner behind the net now. To the other corner. Leafs pick that up. Matthews with a big hit in the corner. Look at that. Used his shoulder. And then he went to go off to the bench because my shoulder hurts now. 4 minutes left in the second. Here come the one Panther anyway. That was Reinhardt. His shot off a stick and out. So we'll have a face-off, I think, just outside the blue line of the Leafs or just inside or at the circle. I'm not sure where. Sheldon Keefe starting to look like, oh my God, I need a new job. I'm going to need a new job. Oh, big hit on Nick Cousins. A little pressure here by the Leafs. Shot. Nice block. Puck goes all the way back. No icing because I think it went like off of a knee. This is the time. This is the last 3 minutes of the period. This is where I worry the most. Like, because remember how many times the Habs would get, and they did. I'm talking about it, and they give it up. Morgan effing Riley, or did he? That was going to be under review. Looks like Riley scored a goal. Tie it up. They're going to put this under review. Let's take a look. That crossed the line. Oh, God. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if that crossed the line. You cannot tell. The problem is, I'm not sure now. Yeah, that's a goal. It's tied up. I jinxed it. Oh, no. Did I really? Well, what I tell you guys, though, at the beginning of the game, I said I thought this game was going to be a tight game and probably go to overtime. It's kind of looking like it's living up to it. Yeah, oh, wait a second. What did I see? Did it not? That last one I just saw, that looked like it didn't go in. Remember, puck has to go completely over that line. Oh, I'm not sure. I wonder, though, does it have to be absolutely sure that didn't for them to change it? I don't know. And I don't know if there's enough there to say without a doubt that didn't go over the line. So remember, it could be call it a goal because they couldn't see enough to prove that it didn't. And they had called it a goal, so the ruling on the ice will stand. It's so hard to tell because right there, that looks like it did. And then if you see it from the other side of him, it looks like it didn't. Call on the ice was a goal. I don't know. Different angles, and it looks like it went in, and then it doesn't. So they're in Toronto, so they don't have to go far to get Toronto to rule. And they'll probably rule for Toronto. Got to say, though, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. That puck looks like it's under his foot there. And if that's the case, that's a goal. But then it pops out, and it doesn't look like it was where I thought it was. And if that's the case, I don't think that's a goal. From that angle, doesn't look like a goal to me. But it's whether they can see it enough to say that, no, that's not a goal. I hope it's not a goal. Man, that's tough because that's really hard to tell. See, right there, that doesn't look like it did go over the line, but it's from that angle, that's not definitive. Well, let's see what they say. They're taking their time. That's a long time for that, but that's not definitive. So I'm not sure if the ruling is that if that was ruled a goal, then they looked at it. Did they see enough to change that ruling? I think that's how it works. So remember that if they call this a goal, see, crap, it's so hard to tell. Where is that puck? It looks like it went in after the whistle, though. I can't tell. It's so hard to tell. I really think that stayed out now. I kind of think it stayed out. And like what I'm saying is, I don't know that it's going to say. I don't know if it's enough to overturn it. What was on the ice? What the ruling was on the ice? Because I think that's the question here. Is it enough? And they're going over to talk to the Leafs. Maybe they're overturning this. The fact that he's over there talking to the Leafs tells me that might not be. Oh, Bob says no goal. How do you have it before me? I'm on CBC. But I got the fact that he went to the Leafs bench, he's calling that no goal. He's explaining it to them first. If there was a goal, why would he would go over to the Panthers bench? From the reaction of the fans, I know that's called no goal. So hard to tell on. Like they're showing again. That looks like not a goal. There's another one. It looks like it went in. It's so hard to tell. Anyway, no goal. Awesome. Dodged a bullet there. They got 2:49, I think, to go to get out of this period. Let's hope they do. I don't think they officially said it yet. Yeah, so it's waved off. No goal. No soup for you. Now, if I'm the Panthers, I get from that. If I'm the Leafs, I'm like a little let down here. But they're professionals. That's not supposed to affect them. We'll see. Every fan in there is going, that was a goal. That was a goal. I definitely agree with that ruling. I just was, like I said, wasn't sure that it showed enough for them to say no goal. Sheldon Keefe will be on the computer in between periods, updating his resume and sending out resumes once they're updated. We'll hear the whining, yeah, all through. There'll be excuses that they make. Well, Samsonov got knocked out. The refs sucked. The refs sucked. The refs sucked for both teams, so it's not really an excuse. I think you can see it right better there. He kept it out. He definitely kept that out. Way to go, Bob. Oh, Guru, that would be awesome, right? If they score, Florida scores now. Guru, they're going to say they're robbed anyway. So on that, yeah. But definitely, you're right. They're going to say that they got robbed there. I think let's see how the players react, right? Do they react the proper way, which should be, to bear down and get that goal for real? Or, does it affect them? So far, they're looking good. Came close there. And they gave up the puck. Here comes the Panthers. They dump her in. Rings around to the other side, picked up by a Leaf. Brody or Giordano, I'm not sure who. I think Brody. Oh, big save and a good stick there by Duclair. I think that was Duclair. Open net there for whoever that Leaf was. We're going to have a penalty here? Good save there by Bob. Quick reaction. Good reflexes. There's where they got a break there. Look at that. It was Stahl. The prideful brother made a good stick play. Matthews comes out of hibernation to try to even this game up in the dying seconds of the second period. Hey, Matt. What do you expect from Leafs fans? As long as there was no goal, I don't give a shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the last minute of play in the second period. And it's 9 o'clock, time to take your meds. Shots are tied at 29. Got 45 seconds left in the second. Offside with 26 seconds left. Mr. Invisible on the ice. Matthew should do a commercial for, those Band-Aids, the invisible ones? He'd be perfect for that. Just like me on the ice, Band-Aid Invisible brand are invisible. Be like Austin Matthews. Be invisible. The $11.6 million Invisible Man. We have the technology. We can make him invisible. Rick's going crazy here, by the way. I didn't know if you guys noticed. So a little bit of rough stuff in front of the Panthers net there, I think. Two guys, two different incidences. Period's over. It is 2-1 after 2. The Leafs go into the third period down by a goal in a game they absolutely must win. Where in the world is Austin Matthews? Because he's not in Toronto playing hockey. All right, so we got 15 minutes till they drop the puck for that third period. Whatever you want to talk about, right here, right now in the chat. That was a huge buildup, and then nobody makes a comment. Perfect time to light them, smoke them, drink them, whatever you want to do to them. Let's celebrate a little bit, just a little bit, going into the third, that at least our team that we're rooting for is up, and the Leafs are down. I mean, that's, the pressure on them coming into this third period, man. It's got to be immense. What are my thoughts on the Pietrangelo / on Draisaitl? Absolutely brutal. How he got one game only for that, I don't know. Brutal though. I mean, that's a brutal. It's a brutal play by Pietrangelo, and it's a brutal decision by Dops. Guru to Toronto in about an hour will be disaster. I wonder what they're going to do if they lose this year. Like, are they going to freak out there? All the fans out there? Is it going to be a riot? I don't know. I can repeat the whining I hear. I'm not hearing any whining. Sounds down. Bob, I say again, like you, I think 3 games was the right call. It seems like they matched that Darnell Nurse suspension of 1 game, and they just matched it, which it shouldn't have been done like that. So yeah, it should have been 3 games. Definitely. Like the rest of that series, he should be out. But no. Because, Dops, they're smart. Because the S stands for smart. If they replace those guys, I'd like to see maybe a woman do the job. Maybe someone with a proper moral compass to do that job. Maybe someone whose brains haven't been bashed around so they have CTE and can't make a fucking decision that's worth shit. maybe to get somebody like that in there for that job. No, you didn't score. Ha ha. All right, what are we going to talk about? We got about 13 minutes to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I don't know what happened to Matt. Matt, where'd you go? You just came in to make a comment and then gone. He is definitely like the McRib, not here for a very limited time. Yeah, that puck never fully crossed the line. It just sat on the line, and then he pushed it off and out. So you could see it much better there where they slowed it down a little bit with that good view. So what are we going to do here? We're going to talk or not talk? There's my cursor so I can go check something. I mean, you're not going to talk to me. I'm just going to check something. Oh, can't check that? No. Oh, there. Yeah. All right. Okay. My screen froze up. Bubble Tea asked, "Will they tie it?" I have a feeling they will. I mean, obviously, potentially they could. They might. You know, I said earlier also, Montreal beat them in the 7th game, the deciding game of that series a few years ago, 3-1 that game. Maybe that's how it ends here. So I don't know. Maybe they don't. And Panthers score 1, and we end up 3-1. Which, quite frankly, if it does end up that way, that's pretty sad for the Leafs. If that's all they could muster, if that's the case. But we got 20 minutes of hockey. And there's a reason why they play the games on the ice, so that who knows how it's going to end up. I'm just babbling at this point. I'm just making things up. Isn't it awesome that they thought they scored the goal? Everybody in that arena jumped up. Yeah! Aww. Love it. Does Bob look vulnerable? I don't really think so. I think Bob's still strong. I think the goal that went in, can't blame him for that. He kept that out. No, I don't know. I don't. I think Bob looks pretty confident. And that's not to say that he can't give up a goal, because of course. But no, I'm not. I'm not like worried every single time puck comes at him. No. Hell, there's how many saves he made in the games I've watched. Like pretty damn good. I thought they're for sure in or whatever, and he's been up to the task the whole time. So I don't see why it would happen in the third period here that he would blow it. But then it's not out of the realm of possibilities. But I mean, even this goal here where they're showing it again, I mean, he made the save. So, hey, Luca, goal or no goal? That was not a goal. I think they slowed it down. There was one view where you could see it under his skate, and they slowed it down, and it's resting on the line. I don't think it ever crossed the line, so that was not a goal. If you're saying, do they score a goal or not, the Leafs? I dare say no. I think it might end up 3-1 Panthers, yeah. No, sitting back to protect the lead is disaster. That's called the what do they call that again? Shit. Prevent defense, but I always say prevent defense just prevents you from winning. So I hope they don't do that. No, they should be pushing for a goal, or or just like I said earlier, keep it simple. Play their game, keep it simple, and just do that. It seems to be working. There's a fine line of winning a series early or playing through. Sometimes rest helps, sometimes it's too much. Never can predict the outcome. Yeah, I mean, of course there's that, but I mean you're not going to lose a game just to prolong a series so you don't win a series. You can't do that. So Luka, 100%. When he gets up, it does cross the line, but the whistle had blown already, so I don't think that didn't mean anything, right? But yeah, it really just that the looks you got, it was really hard to tell. But then after everything, and we're in the intermission, they showed it where they slowed it down there, and you can see it did not cross the line. It did not. So it was close, and I was talking about it too. Like if they score here, they scored. I almost jinxed it, man. If you can do such a thing. It's going to be a tight game. I said at the beginning, I think it's it's not. I don't think it's going to be a blowout here by either team, and I think it's right. We're going to have a tight game right to the end. Maybe they tie it and we go to overtime. Maybe they don't. We'll have to see. But it has been fun to do the game. It's been a fun game to watch. If I'm a Leafs fan, I don't know if it's as fun. But from our point of view, it's been fun. So, and it's been a pretty good game. The pace has been good pretty much all game. Yeah, but Luka, you know that as much as we don't want to hear, right? Well, I don't want to, but they're going to still find a way to brag because they just always do. It doesn't matter what they go through. They find a way to get right back on board, man. You knock them down with a freaking club and they get right back up and go, can I have another one of those? Every year. So that's what you get. What are you going to do? Don't expect much. But really, if they lose here tonight, or just this series at all, like their fans better shut up until you actually win something, please. Right? If you don't win the cup, just shut the fuck up. That's all I can say at this point. Yeah. If there's any Leafs fans watching me tonight, man, they're not liking me. Will Smith works with Adam Nicholas in the summer. Just saying, says Luke. Yeah, listen. I think they try to trade up and see if they can, secure that pick. And I think if they pick Michkov, it's only because he fell to them. And even then, I don't think they're going to do that. But they're not picking him any other reason. And I think they will do their best to trade up to 4 or 3 to hopefully get either Carlson. But I think they want Smith. And from what I understand, in his press conference, Hughes said it's not up to him. So, but he will give his input and everything he knows about the guy, but it's going to be the scouts that make the pick, apparently. Yeah, I think they want Smith. But the interesting news today is it came out. I've got it here. I'll put it back up. It came out today, and I didn't think this would be something that could happen, but Sergei Fedorov, who I guess is the agent for Michkov, says Michkov will be present at the draft in June. But he says, but it is important for him to gain a foothold at the heart of the St. Petersburg team. So it's like, how do you read that? I mean, he'll be there, and it's like saying, yeah, he'll be able to make it to the NHL, but who knows when he's going to play out his 3 years. I think that's what he's saying. They're not going to buy out the contract. He's going to play out the 3 years, but him being there means trying to show that, yeah, don't worry, you can draft him. He'll show up in 3 years. Like, I don't know. So I stick by my video that I put out 2 days ago. That what I read in Hughes's, I guess, body language, is, I guess that's how you'd put it, and how he spoke. No, they don't want to pick Michkov. I believe they don't want to pick Michkov. And since I did the video, things have come out to say that, yeah, that is the truth. They don't want to pick him. So one for Rick. I got that right. Maybe. I mean, it's not confirmed 100% yet, but I might have got that right. Guru, I think you're wrong about Adam. Adam will chime in, but not in a horrible way. He'll own up to, he already has. He just says he didn't expect them to win, even in the first round. So no, I'm not going to put that on Adam. He's been very realistic and level-headed. Zachary too. Zachary Candido is also a Leafs fan. Other than that, I think you're right. Is that, I mean, they'll find an excuse that they're going to be comfortable with, and it'll give them enough reason to still have a hope for their team for next year. That's what I think is going to happen. Samsonov got knocked out, so they weren't at their best, and blah, 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 blah. Is it valid? Maybe. Maybe not. There, you can see it did not fully cross that red line. At the goal line there, it did not. Anyway, we'll see. But they will come up with some kind of excuse that'll let them rationalize them being able to root for that team again next year. Because let's face it, I guess they have to. They're Leafs fans. Any team would probably do the same. Absolutely, Luca. Adam is super chill, and I'm not going to come down on him. Besides, like he said, if a guy can put up with my hatred of the Leafs and then come on here and say, yeah, 100% agree. I hate the Habs. I'd never cheer for the Habs. But the discourse and the whatever, it makes it more fun. Yeah, I like that, right? He gets it. Samsonov, excuse number 1. The disallowed goal, excuse number 2. Are we going to go for excuse number 3? What are they going to say about, well, Austin Matthews was like invisible for 3 games. What's the excuse there? He had an injury. That's probably what it'll come out. He was injured. Playing through an injury. Well, I'm sure every single guy on the ice was playing through an injury. So what's Matthews' excuse? I guess depending what the injury is. He doesn't seem like a guy playing through an injury to me. Doesn't mean you can tell that, but I just want to hate on him. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. I just want to hate on Austin. Well, we should be getting close to that third period. I'm hoping for the best. Porn stash is not an injury. Having a porn stash is not an injury. No, but never know. Maybe Justin Bieber gave it a little too hard, and he's kind of walking funny, Matthews, so he's skating funny. Maybe that's what's wrong. I don't like Bieber either, so I don't mind saying stuff like that. Come on, Rick. How can you not like Bieber? He's Canadian. The only player on this freaking Leafs team that has, in my eyes, that has really stepped up, Morgan Riley, guy that almost scored this goal, the guy that scored the first goal. Morgan Riley has impressed me. He's the only Leaf, gotta say. He's the only one stepped up. He's been there every game. You notice him. He's scoring. The other guys, no, nothing. So if I'm the Leafs, I get rid of one of those high-paid no-shows. We're underway, and give some of that money to Riley and keep him there. Maybe don't look so freaking calm there, Austin. He looks like he's going through for a walk in the park. Right? I mean, this is what's wrong. They don't have that sense of urgency. Let's see. It's just underway. Let's see if this shows in their game in the third. I'm not surprised they did because he's good. I mean, he actually has some heart, and he's probably the only player out there for them. And why would they want that? They like a losing team, and they like supporting a losing team. So far, so good. I'll give the Leafs this right now. I mean, they're playing the way you kind of figured they should have from the drop of the puck in the first. Right now, can they keep this going for the whole period? I don't know, but they're at least showing they care and they want some urgency showing now. Have pride in yourself the way the Stahl brothers do. Right? They got a lot of pride in themselves. The Leafs need to do that too. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep beating that dead horse. No matter, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Hey, Lucas, how's it going, man? Yeah, it's been a good game so far. It's funny. He says, anyone playing the new Zelda? My kids, my son asked me this morning because they live in LaSalle, my two youngest, and they're lazy. Asked me if I would go to Walmart, buy the new Zelda game, and then bring it down to them. So Kadri was a Habs fan before he got drafted by the Leafs. Interesting fact. And he won a cup when he left. You're right. Not right away though. Let's see how the Panthers handle. It looks like the Panthers are starting to, get some zone time here. Slow the game down a little bit. Be a good idea. Let's see, we're 2.5 minutes into this third period. Toronto got 34 shots, like Austin Matthews' number. Wow. So it's 34 shots to 30. But the important place is 2-1 part. Words aren't coming out right. It's 2-1 for Florida. That's where it counts the most. Lucas, that's funny. Oh, good block shot there by Mr. Pride, Eric Stahl. All right. I mean, I'm sure the Panthers are happy to win this game 2-1, but they don't look like they're playing that, just sit on that lead. So I mean, just play a good defensive game and let your offense flow from there. Play your game, keep it simple. I think they can score another goal. Almost 5 minutes in. Renegade Man, I mean, they do, of course. Can they close it out? Do they have the ability to close out the series? I hope so. And it's looking like they should. But anything can happen. It's not a big lead. But I think they'll be able to. I've got a good feeling about it, but still a lot of hockey here with 15 minutes to go. Lucas, it seems like Michkov. I mean, depending on, but it seems like Habs don't want to draft him. That this guy here might have read that press conference right. Because most people that commented on that told me, yeah, I didn't get that. I get that they're interested. I didn't get that at all. To me, I did not get that they're interested. Anyway, got to point it out because might be right. It's now or never. Let's beat the Leafs. Yeah, I mean, that should be fun to see Dangle's reaction to the loss, but it'll be very much like if they go and they show outside the whatever their arena is. There's a whole bunch of fans out there. It's going to be the same. Hey, Wolverine, how you doing? No, I don't agree with that. That goal, from everything I saw, that goal was not a goal. It never fully crossed the line. It came close, I'll give you that, but it never fully did, and it has to fully cross the line. And there was no view that showed me that it crossed the line. Not definitively, anyway. Let's put it that way. Lucas, it's talk is he's going to try to trade up and get either Carlson or Smith, and not have to face possibly having to draft Michkov. Good pace here right now to this game. Yeah, Renegade Man, good point. He either has a poker face or he's not in it. But it's not just his body language. It was how he said it as well. There's nothing in his voice made me think that it's just like he wants to tell you they're not going, but he can't. That's what I got from it. So he was trying to say what he should say, so not to give it away. But I just felt that they're not drafting Michkov. Leafs fans are going to blame, the refs and Bettman and the Habs, I'm sure. Some are going to find a way to make that the Habs' fault. Bubble tea, that's very possible. It's kind of why I'm hoping, like, if they can't trade up, it's just one of the teams ahead of them, San Jose or Columbus takes them. It seems like San Jose might be interested in taking Michkov, so he might go there. I don't know. But if the Habs don't want to take him, their best bet is trade up at least one spot, and they're going to be good. Lucas, skill-wise, I think everybody agrees Michkov is the guy. But Hughes stressed he has to check all the boxes. He stressed that everything has to be right. Maybe he knows something already that he doesn't check all those boxes. Maybe his teammates think he's selfish. He's not the best teammate. He's whatever it is. If he doesn't check those boxes, they're not picking him. When he says best player available, I read it's best player talent-wise and has to qualify in these set of things that we're looking for. I mean, he said that. Why would they blame the Habs? Because they're Leafs fans. It's always the Habs' fault. A lot of people are saying if he falls, that probably the Flyers take him. We'll see, and that's at 7. Bubble tea. I don't disagree with what you just said. All the boxes talk makes me think PLD is not going to happen, and believe me, he's not if he doesn't check all the boxes. I really think in that press conference, I think Hughes was pretty clear on that. Renegade Man, it's possible. It's possible, which is why they'd like to move up. But if they can't get Smith, I think Carlson would be good. I'd be happy with one of the two. Who's worse, Bruins fans or Leafs fans? I think different things. They're both bad, just at different things. But so are Habs fans. Same thing. Where would Slav go if he was drafted this year? I heard people talking about that. The consensus is probably somewhere between 6 and 10. He wouldn't be a top 5, but he'd probably be in the next little group. Is what I had heard a couple of guys talking about it. I'm not sure exactly where, but they were guys I respect, and that's what they were saying. So I kind of probably agree with that, but I don't really know well enough to really say that. But yeah, that's what I heard. So interesting. I heard that I think yesterday or the day before. Leafs fans may be a little worse, but believe me, there's a group in every fan base that are the same idiots. Doesn't matter what team. Renegade Man, I kind of agree with that, but there'll be the talk of PLD won't go away right now. I don't think until he signs somewhere, or with Jets, or they trade him. Until that happens, you'll hear about it here in Montreal. At least Bruins have a cup this century. We can't say that even. No, but that's fine. You're right. But I think we will have one in the next 5 years. That's personally, I think that, but I mean, that's not a sure thing, obviously. We're almost at the 10-minute mark, so halfway through the period. And it's still 2-1 for Florida. Shots are 37-32 in Toronto's favor. I wonder if Leafs fans are still, like, even now thinking, yeah, we want Florida. I don't think so, eh? Renegade Man, that Slav doesn't want to play in the AHL, wants to continue development with the Habs. Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to say. I mean, I would expect him to say that he'll go there, but he doesn't really want to. I mean, I would think. Once you get a taste of the NHL, do you really want to go back? You want to go down anywhere? I mean, you don't want to. You want to stay. Yeah, I don't think it's that, Bob. I think legitimately that's probably right that it would be 6 to 10. And I think that's a compliment to Slav that, he's still right up there. Believe me, the top 5 in this draft are pretty goddamn good players. I don't know the golf courses in Toronto, Bubble Tea. I can't tell you. Yeah. You know what? If they had a parade because they won a first round, I would probably want to cover that to laugh at it. Bob, I didn't see that. They have that much more to puck possession. And they're not, and they're still losing. It's like it's sad for them. Lucas, what else are they gonna say, right? I mean, I don't know. Mitch Marner will cry on the bench. Like I don't know what else they're gonna say, right? Except we're really shit and we don't have any right to be here. They're not gonna say that. I feel for you there, Wolverine. What are you gonna do? Listen, you know what? It doesn't matter who you like. It doesn't matter. My youngest today, we're talking about. He was on the phone, and we were talking about stuff like that. There were a few of us, and we were talking about the Leafs. He goes, "Oh yeah, I love the Leafs. Leafs are my favorite team." Like, what? Of course, he's going to say that, trying to get me to react. Right now, Renegade Man, when the Leafs lose, the Oilers will be the only Canadian team left. So yeah. Lucas, yeah, they probably. I don't expect a rebuild, but like a retool, right? And they got to figure out what's going to happen with Matthews and if they have to move him or not. And quite frankly, they should move one of those big 3 that are sucking out so much money, and in the playoffs delivering not much. They got to get rid of one of those guys. Toronto isn't really Canada anyway. I like that. Yeah. 8:35 left to go in this third period. I would love to see, though, a Panthers goal here. Just a little insurance. I'd feel a lot better. That's funny, Renegade. McDavid's not going to Toronto for sure. Why would he want to step into that? I want to go to a team where you can't win. Well, we're getting down to, I mean, this is essentially, maybe not yet, but we're really getting close. Like it's 7:15 to go in the third. It's getting into overtime period. Like where they're going to get to a point where this is overtime around the 5-minute mark, because pretty much a goal there for Florida is a win. And then for the Leafs, if they can tie it up, it's like a win and they get to overtime. Now, definitely, if they were tied right now, it's basically overtime. Next goal wins, but if the Leafs score, it's not next goal wins. It seems like I'm just talking to talk now at this point. Icing against the Panthers. For a third-string goalie, Joseph Wall, I have to admit, is playing a little better than I would have thought. Like, he hasn't really broken down like I really would have thought by now. The Panthers would be getting to him, but got to give him credit. As I said before the game started, it's his time. If he wants to make a name for himself, here's time to do it right now. And there have been, 3 penalties in this game, eh? Not a lot of penalties. They really put their whistles away. I'm sure Gretzky had the opportunity at some point to play with the Leafs. Why would he want to play there? Imagine a Seattle or Vegas and Florida finale would be someone's first cup. Oh, true. No matter who, right? I always like to see that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. Yep. Yeah, I remember, I think a week or so ago, I said my prediction was on Saturday or Wednesday show. I said I think it's going to be Seattle and Florida. Oh, I think when Luca was on that time, and Luca said, "Nah, Edmonton doesn't look like that," And I said, I think it's going to be Seattle, Florida. I'm going to stick with that because it looks like it really could be. Let the boys play. Let's hope that's what the refs do. But I don't know. It just seems odd that they're not that there's no penalties since those, but that you haven't really seen a lot of stuff and go, "Oh, that should have been a penalty." Like, are they holding, like, what do they call it, putting the whistles in their pocket, or is there really no penalties? I haven't seen anything that I go, that should have been a penalty. Renegade Man, yeah, I mean, who knows? If we still don't know how it's going to work out. It'll be what it is. It won't be Toronto, so that's all that matters. That's interesting there, Bob. I hadn't heard that before. Those leaf sticks are getting gripped a little tighter at this point. You got to think. I know they're professionals and all that, but come on, you gotta somewhere in their brain that's floating around. We can't win. Has to be. When did they pull the goalie, you think? God damn it, they tied it up. And I was looking down. We're going to go to overtime here, boys. Nylander. Fuck. I don't think this one's in dispute. That was weird. Oh, yeah, that went in. Damn it. Now we're in OT. So this game officially just went to OT, whether they're in OT right now or not, because the next goal is going to win this game. That's my opinion and Bubble T's opinion as well. I don't want to have to do a game on Sunday, boys. Come on. Maybe something good will happen. We'll see. We'll see. It's not something I wanted to see. God damn it. Sufka, I'm not listening to you now at this point. Renegade. What's Knight? I think Knight is in the program. Oh, that's why you're answering that. I don't know. No, Alex Lyon is the backup. Man, I did not want this game to go to overtime. Watch it be like a long overtime. Things is getting serious now. Puck goes out. 2:37 to go in the third. Okay, when this period ends, before we go to overtime, I'm just gonna go off for a second and take. I gotta pee and all that stuff before we get to overtime. Just warning you now. You can smoke along with me there, Wolverine. So we got to do it in separate places. Bubble tea, I think it's that stupid helmet he wears. Renegade Man, yeah, if they lose this series, I think Dubas gets canned. So does Keith. Under 2 to go in the third. Next goal is going to win this game. Who is going to get it? Come on. A minute to go, just a minute 5. In the third. $45. 32 seconds. A whistle. We should have a face off, I think, to the right of Wall, but we'll see if that's where it is. Goddamn Nylander. I hate that guy too. $32 seconds. The face-off is in the Leafs zone. We need a face-off win and hopefully a goal off the draw. That would be awesome. To the right of Wall. Won by the Leafs. Not good. Man, I'm worried this could be a long overtime. Leafs fans wanted a penalty there with 9 seconds left. We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. All right. I'm just going to turn my camera off for a sec. I got to go pee, and I'll be right back pretty much. Just give me a sec. All righty, I'm back. Man, I needed that. Was it an elbow? That's what the Leafs fans wanted, a penalty there. I mean, at that point, I don't think they're calling a penalty unless it's a crazy whatever. Wolverine, I don't want a long OT. No. What I fear, though, is the way these guys are playing right now. I mean, it could be a long OT. And then again, could be over like that. So who the hell knows? I just kind of, in a way, I kind of wish like they do the OT like in regular season, but they can't. Got to have a full freaking intermission in between. Makes for a really long night. Good thing too. I have only a certain amount of hours, and I'm close to like my limits. I'm always deleting things to keep. So thank God I did that today, or else I'd be running out of time, and it would just stop. Did I see Steve Urkel cheering for the Oilers? I did not. And when they won, did he go, did I do that? Did he do that? No? Because that would be something. See, this is when I need a co-host. I'm tired. I think, listen, if it's a long one, I'm only doing one overtime period. If it goes longer than that, I'm not doing that. Now, if it was a Habs game, it would be a different story, but it's not. So I'll do one overtime, and that's pretty much my limit. Man, those Leafs fans out there. I hope they're in for disappointment. Hang on, I gotta clear my nose out. I gotta put you on hold here for a second. I'm putting you guys on hold. Just give me a second. I don't want to blow my nose on camera. Oh God, no. I can breathe again. All right, so we got unfortunately, we got another 13, 12 minutes or whatever till they drop the puck for the overtime. What do you guys want to talk about? I don't know what to talk about. I know one of you guys, I want to say it was Bubble Tea, gave me the idea to write a poem about the ghosts of Habs past. So I started doing that. I got to just say, it didn't start, I'm not done, but not going in the direction I thought going into it, but I like it. I'm not going to read it here because it's not done yet. I think it was Bubble Tea. So just to let you know, I am writing that right now. So you got to talk to me. Oh, man, we're already at 3 hours. This is going to be a long stream. A real long one. You know what? I just noticed if you're watching the panel, that table there looks higher. It looks like it's lifted. I think they all have chubbies and it's lifted up the table. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. They would figure, after all this time, their top guys didn't have a great series, really. On that tying goal, it has to be two of their top four guys connect. There you go. Slinksy's got it. OT score prediction. Oh, God. What do you think about that? Okay, for Toronto, because it's really going to hurt if they do. I don't want this extended, this series. Probably Matthews. And for the Panthers, who's been quiet all night, that I thought was going to have a pretty monster night, be perfect time for Matt Tkachuk to wake up and score a goal. Bubble T. Sherratt is not. He's in Detroit, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to score that goal. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sherratt only he was a rental. He left for Detroit. So what did I go with? Tkachuk and Matthews. Why not? Go for the big guns. And it'll probably end up being, if it's Toronto, it'll be someone like Justin Hall. And if it's the Panthers, Nick Cousins. There's my alternates. Slinksy's got Mein Kampf and Duclair. I mean, David Kampf. I'm sorry. It's dyslexia. I never see it. I don't read it right. That's why I always say, I don't know what's wrong with me. I like beating dead horses, I think. Anthony, you jinxed it. Why'd you go to bed? If you didn't go to bed, this would be over already. What's wrong with you? They tied it up. Nylander with like a little less than 4 minutes to go. I think it was 3.5 minutes, 3:50, something like that. Yep. Unfortunately. Man, have you ever seen these guys on the panel looking so happy? Wow. You'd think they'd want to get a panel that's a little diverse as far as who they love, and not all the Leafs. I'm going to be nice and say Leafs fans. I was going to say something else, but there might be kids watching. I think the only one that's not overjoyed on that panel is the French guy in the middle. I think he's French, because he doesn't understand what they're saying. That's why he's not overjoyed. Wolverine says, Tkachuk score the overtime goal. I hate to see the Leafs extend the series. Yeah, I just don't want to see that at all. Nope. Oh, I was wondering why the guy in the turban's on there, because it's the Oilers thing they're talking about. I'm wondering when did this guy show up for this broadcast? Because I think he's on the Punjabi Hockey Night in Canada, that guy. I think he might not be only, but I think he is from that. Yeah, Anthony, I don't see the what you're putting up there. It doesn't show me on here. But everybody else sees it, so it's okay. For me, it looks like you just went crazy. I see face blue, wide eyes, face blue, wide eyes, face blue, wide eyes, face orange, biting nails. That's what I see. I don't actually see the things. Would I root for the Oilers? Yeah, I have no problem rooting for the Oilers. I don't know that I will necessarily. I think if they get to the Cup final, different story. Canadian team, I'm okay with that. But I don't have any reason really to root for them necessarily. There's no other teams in there that I hate as much. Well, I kind of don't like the Canes, so yeah, maybe I do. Maybe there is another team in there I hate. You're talking about Anthony, the crowd out there? Well, of course they're nervous. I mean, they gotta be nervous, right? I mean, if your team goes into overtime in a game like this where they're facing elimination, if you're not nervous, right? But isn't that part of the fun of watching hockey and the playoffs and all that? Is that on your edge, on the edge of your seat kind of nervousness? Anything could happen any second and it's over or whatever. It's what it's all about. It's just I hate it. I hate it, and I love it all at the same time. That's the problem. I hate being that. Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm so nervous. I hate that. But man, isn't it? It's fun when your team is in that. Did Matthews come back? What do you mean? Did he come back? He never left the game. I don't think, but he's more noticeable out there. Maybe he did. Maybe did he leave the game early? And anyways, he's in there. Renegade Man, I guess so. They still have 2 more games to play, so it doesn't mean they'll get to a 7, but I imagine their chances go up to do that. So, anyways, it's going to be the bounce of a puck that's going to decide it. Let's see how they come out for the OT. You got to think it's going to be pretty furious out there. Man, I just hope I hope the bounces don't go the Leafs way. And I kind of hope the time flies and we get to that real soon, get the start of the overtime and get this over with. Oh, Anthony, without a doubt, right? Caulfield shows up at least every game. Cats aren't going to waste my poem. I hope not. Like I said, I hope my poem didn't jinx the game. Or just me doing these goddamn games. Maybe I'm jinxing the game by doing them. This is the second game I'm doing, and well, it's not. This one's not over. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because it's not over yet. What am I giving up for already? I'm not a Leafs fan. Why would I be giving up? Unfortunately, if the Leafs do win, I mean, I guess the Leafs fans, it paid off for them to not give up on their team so far. But that's not going to happen because they're going to lose. Anthony, that's pretty much what he's doing, right? He's like, we're looking at perimeter Matthews. He doesn't seem to want to go into the dirty area as much. So either he's hurt or he's just a chicken shit pussy like we know he is. So are they back already? Did 15 minutes just pass already? Do they not take 15 minutes in between for the overtime? I guess not. Hey, Matt Greer, how you doing, man? Yeah, no. I mean, if you're Chicago, you're asking for all our best players. It's not going to happen. No, Hudson, I don't see in training camp. He's going to play in college. He can't come to camp, I don't believe. He can come to rookie camp, I think, but I don't think he can come to the regular camp. So we're underway, by the way. It could end at any minute. Oh, big save there by Bob. Let's get ready to rumble. Well, now, playing that kind of chippy game, it might backfire too. You get a penalty. Puck's not bouncing well for Panthers right now. Who's going to get the lucky bounces and who's got more in the tank? I think that's the key here. Oh, no bounces there, man. If they only got a bounce. A little over 2.5 minutes into this overtime. Big save by Bob again. I gotta say, Leafs are getting the better of the play right now in this overtime so far. Furious pace, kind of here. Furious might not be the right word, but good pace. Oh. Save while he hangs on. We'll have a face off there. Matthew Stone, why was he smoking too? No, I'm just joking. When are we going to hear more about Drouin? Why are we going to hear more about Drouin? He's gone. Toronto definitely looks interested. They're playing. I mean, they're the better team in the overtime so far. BL, this one's a dandy so far. Yeah, it's been a good game. Panthers win the draw. Blocked shot. Two big saves by Bob and a lucky bounce. Working down towards first 5 minutes of the overtime. BL Monty did. He shut out 23 saves, and he was coached by Carey to get ready for the tournament. There's a story out there. I had it in the beginning of the game. Anthony's not getting traded. He's not almost certain. He's a free agent. He's gone. They're not re-signing him. So it's not being traded. He's gone. No one's going to trade for his rights. Monty's in the World Championships. He's the starting goalie for Team Canada. At least listen. If they're not motivated now, when the freaking hell are they going to be? I mean, if I'm a Leafs fan, at least they're showing me something. Pushing and shoving there. Toronto's sitting there with 50 shots on net. So Bob's got 48 saves tonight. Anthony, do I have a link for what? No, it's just, I didn't see any of it. Somebody put out, like, I had a blurb about it. Bob, his contract's valid, but I mean, who's trading to get Drouin's rights? Nobody. Come on, shoot. Why didn't he shoot? God damn it. No worries, Bob. Puck went over the glass off a Matthews stick, I think. We're going to have a face off to the left, I think, of Bob. Yeah, Matthews. Oh, yeah, Bob just got his glove on it a little bit. It deflected out. That's what happened. All right. Face off to the right of Bobrovsky. Won by the Leafs. Nope. Called down. They're going to do it again. Again, they're going to do it again. Big save there by Bob again. I mean, it's just too many shots. I mean, Panthers have to start getting more time in the offensive zone than they are right now. This has got to stop. Is that icing against the Leafs? Oh shit! He took that right up on the collarbone. Face off to the right of Walt. Says all the goddamn signs of a long overtime. The Panthers, everybody on the bench screaming something at the refs. What happened? They're going to confer. I'm not sure what they're talking about over there. All four officials huddled together talking. And they're showing this. Oh, Brody threw the puck out over, didn't touch anything. That could be a penalty. Delay a game call. Come on, be a penalty. Come on. Yeah. Delay a game call against the Leafs. Panthers go on the power play in overtime. That's a big thing. If they needed a power play goal ever, this is it. Ah! Oh, he can't get a bounce. You kidding me, man? God damn it. Come on, guys, get it already. Puck goes out after shot on net. Like Marner's delayed. Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah. I think it was an accident for the guy. I don't think he meant to do it at all. But it doesn't matter. Timeout called by the Leafs. That was some pretty close. That was close there. They came really close to capitalizing. They got. Oh, it doesn't say how long they got left on it. I think they've got something like 50 seconds around there left on the power play. They're not showing how long. Shots are 52-41. So Bobrovsky's made 50 saves so far. How quiet you think it's going to get in there if they lose? Oh, please let them lose. "49 seconds left in the power play." Draw one by Flora. Power play's over. Damn it, man. That's a goddamn blown opportunity. We're past the halfway mark of the first overtime. I definitely gotta take my pills soon. Come on, Panthers. And good to see at least the Panthers, not just on the power play, getting some zone time because it was lacking. Icing against the something's up. Bunting is pissed. Give him a penalty, unsportsmanlike. Throw him out of there. I don't even know what happened. Offside? That's all that was? Offside? God damn, give Bunting a penalty. You know he deserves it. We got a timeout called? Some good action, I gotta tell you. They're showing some highlights. Your fellow Scarborough resident is pissed or pissed himself? Like, which one? They had there were some chances there. Man, just somebody in the way each time. Oh, well, bubble tea. I'm not going to complain. $9-12 to go in the overtime. Face-off is, I'm not sure where. Bob is locked in like a cat. I hope so. Knockwood, that is going to keep up. I'm not sure what this delay is here, but the ref's over there explaining it to Keefe, so I don't know what happened. Keefe not a happy man. Not a happy man. My job's on the line. Don't you know that, you guys? That's what he's saying. Come on, I need my job. With thumb with hair is giving directions. Face off to the right of Wall. The guys are all telling themselves a secret, each other a secret. All right, on 3, let's go. Boom. Won by Panthers, but went through the 2 defensemen. So not great. Dangerous. Oof. $8:45 left in the OT, first OT. As long as it's not a Potvin. There were a couple of seasons there Felix Potvin was good, but he was a Leaf, so. Come on. Come on. Get it off those boards. Out of play. We'll have a face-off in front of in front of Toronto's net. 8:05 left. Let's end it. I gotta take my meds. It's getting late. Just gonna close my camera just in case I choke on them. I don't want to do that on camera. I'll keep the mic on though. Come on, boys. The face-off won by the Panthers. Come on. Don't score while I'm swallowing my pills. I'll choke. Okay, they didn't. $7:30 left in the first OT. Riley with the puck behind his net, waiting for guys changing up. Here come the Leafs. In the corner, Nylander with behind the net, out to the side, up to the point, shot. I don't know if that's blocked or saved, but Panthers have the puck. They get it out and lose it at the blue line of the Leafs. Nylander falls on his ass. I kind of remember that, Bob. It's familiar. Come on. Get your shots on freaking net. Phil, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope you are right. Man, are we going to get a second overtime? God damn it. No, we don't want double overtime. We don't. We also don't want the Leafs to win, so. Oh, hustle back, you guys. 3-on-2 here. Oh, nice stick there by Gudis, I think. Scores! Panthers win! Fucking right. And I got it. Nick Cousins. My secondary guy. Yeah! Fucking right, man. Sheldon Keefe goes, oh, man, I need a new job. Devastation. Phil Luck. Thank you, Phil, for coming in. Wow. Nick Cousins banked it off, I think, his blocker, man. Yeah. That's all I can say. Yeah. Goddamn right, Guru. Bye, Dubis. Bye, Keith. Gonna be quiet on Twitter tonight. Those $1,200 seat. Imagine you spent $1,200 to see this. Yes. Man, I was worried about that. Cousins gave Yarncroc a hug because they were, I believe, they were teammates on Nashville. We want Florida. We want right. Anybody checking on Dangle to see if he's still alive? You never know. He might have brought a noose there. He might really be dangling. That's not really nice to say. I take that back. That was the result I wanted. No Leafs. So who do we follow for next? We'll have to decide if we follow these guys farther or I don't know. I don't know if there's any games out there that are gonna fill me with this kind of emotion that I'm gonna want. So I don't know. Now that the Leafs are out, the Leafs are out. Yeah. No, I'm sure he's alive. Listen, they're gonna be depressed. I mean, if it were us, it'd be the same thing. But I don't think if it were us, I don't think we'd have bought in as much, like over and over and over again this season alone with this team. Like we wouldn't have. The Panthers win. The Panthers win. They're not showing outside. I want to see what it looks like outside the Leafs arena. Bubble Tea says now our season's over. That's right. Listen, the team's going forward. I guess I could cheer for Oilers, but it's too many late games. I don't want to do late games like that. So I don't know. So who's left? Who's left in the second round? The Oilers and Vegas tonight. I don't know who's leading that series, so I don't know if it can. It obviously can't end tonight. Someone texted me to say they lost. Yay! I'll tell you what he sent me. Matt says 50 years of failure continues for Toronto. Nick Cousins, the ex-Hab, gets it done. And I called it as my secondary. It still counts. I did say it. Anyway, thank God. Okay, I can turn that off. All right. No way I'm rooting for Carolina either, Wolverine. That's for sure. No way. So who's going to play them? Florida against. So it's Florida playing the Canes. Yeah, maybe we'll watch that again. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. I haven't decided. We'll see. If I have the interest to, then we'll do it. Well, I hate the Canes. They're such babies. Their social media just makes you just want to hate them. Anthony, but which half? Because the big guy, their contracts. I don't. Who's going to take them? But maybe Matthews. They might have to trade Matthews. Guru, always next year. The is that are they setting a record for futility as far as winning the cup now? Shanahan's the only one I don't. I maybe he'll go, maybe not, but he should go. But Dubas and Keefe, you got to figure are gone. I mean, if they, I thought if they could get to the conference final, maybe they save their jobs, but they can't get to the conference final. They're not saving their jobs. Bubble tea, thank you. And yes, the ending at least saved the season for me, right? Wolverine, I agree with that. Canes, that's a good way to put it. Cringiest team in the league, I think. Look at their social media. I see it on Twitter. They're like babies. They're like you think they're like 12-year-olds running that social media. Lucas, I just get this feeling that they're like the Habs a few years ago. They're going to get to the finals. Do I think I would do that about what you said? What did you said? I don't remember. It's too far back. I don't remember. I'm sorry. What did you said? He was watching the game on Dangle stream. No, but the Habs wouldn't do that with me. I'm too small. Steve Dangle's got a couple 100,000 subscribers, so you can he already works with the Leafs sort of, so you can see why they do that. No, the Habs wouldn't work with me. I'm too small. Bob, yeah, the team's official social media. They're braggarts, they're assholes, and I hate them. It's the Oilers game's on. It's 2-1 Oilers. 2-1 Oilers. Go Oilers, go. I want to see the Oilers win, yes. All right. On that note, I've been out of here 3 hours and 45 minutes. My voice has had enough today. Let's catch you up on what I'm doing. Tomorrow, Saturday Hockey Talk, we'll be on. I have a special guest, a man named Darren Brown. I got his name right this time. So Darren Brown, he is the owner of a very legendary mustache. So that, and a very funny guy, at least from what I know on Twitter. I follow him for a while now, and he's going to be a guest tomorrow night on our on Saturday Hockey Talk. What else? Yeah, that's about it. I'm kind of working on a few things, but nothing is ready enough to say look out for it yet. So that's it. So thanks everybody for being here. I know for a lot of people that's the official end of the season, but it's not. We've got the draft coming up. So there's prospect videos. There's lots to talk about. There's the Saturday and Wednesday shows, and we are working on a podcast, getting a podcast going. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening. Hopefully you guys will check that out. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun tonight. A lot of fun. So thanks for being here. Till next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And I'll see you soon. Have a good night, everybody. Ciao. Keep your stick on the ice.